Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hard Ticket, the show where we go to the movies expecting a double feature, only to find that both movies are playing at the exact same time. So now we have a hard ticket to choose between the two, and Spielberg Summer continues. I'm Jeffrey Boggess.
I'm Tristan Moore.
And joining us today, shut the hell up. I introduce you. I introduce you. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm just a guest. I'll go back in my corner. Let's do that again.
And joining us is a very special guest. Say hi, special guest.
Hi. I'm allowed back out of my corner now. My bad. I'm Davis Rohrer. Hello.
Davis, welcome back. Davis actually requested if we ever cover one of the two movies we're talking about today, we had to have him on the podcast. And that's exactly what we're doing. Isn't that right, son?
Yeah, I like to think that I have 3 movies in my life that if anyone ever has the gall to try to say they're going to watch it over another movie, I'm just one of its mighty soldiers that just comes swinging for it.
Which is great because this is an exciting matchup. We've had this one prepared for a long time, and not since the conception of the show, but rewatching them, there are more similarities than I immediately realized when we initially proposed this.
Yeah, I don't think it's a duel of the fates, but it's close.
Yeah,
I'd say
it's up there.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we're going to get the show on the road. Tristan, I'm going to kick it over to you to introduce us to option number A for this week.
Yeah, option number A is 1977's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This is the Steven Spielberg representation for this matchup. It stars Richard Dreyfuss. Or Dreyfuss? How do you guys pronounce it?
It's like Dreyfuss.
Dreyfuss? Okay. Yeah. He plays Roy Neary. He lives in, I think, Indiana. He's like a electrician.
Something replaceable.
He's like a lineman.
Yeah, he's a lineman. There you go. Isn't that like a football term? Is he a kicker? He's a quarterback. He works in Indiana. He gets called on a night run to go fix some lights because there's been a massive outage, and he has a close encounter of the third kind with an alien spacecraft that beams images of Devil's Tower into his head, and then he subsequently loses his head and his family and his entire livelihood to go chase this crazy vision. Meanwhile, in another corner, there's Melinda Dillon playing Gillian Guyler. Guyler?
I was saying Guyler.
Probably Guyler. She, we'll say she's a cheerleader. If Roy Neary's in the quarterback,
he's a football player. Yeah.
She's
a single mom.
She's a single mom trying to locate her missing son who's been abducted by aliens. And then in the last corner is Francois Truffaut as Claude Lacombe, leading an international delegation of scientists and some military personnel who are trying to find out what the hell is going on. And it all culminates in an amazing climax at Devil's Tower in Wyoming, which I've seen from afar.
Right.
I'm just going to get that out right now.
I
have seen it.
It's a classic because this is Spielberg in the 70s. He's got his John Williams.
He has his John Williams.
He's swinging.
Yes. Douglas Trumbull did the special effects, what is this, like 10 years after Space Odyssey?
2001. Yeah. And then he would go on to do, well, actually, did he do Star Trek, the motion picture before this or after this?
Motion picture came out, I think, in 78 or 79.
Okay, so around the same time. Yeah. And Blade Runner, of course, in the 80s.
Never heard of it.
So, prolific. Yeah, this movie is known. It's like it was for a while, I think, one of the go-to like alien visit Earth kind of stories. Like,
what's crazy is that Spielberg basically outdid himself like a couple years later when he put out E.T., which was like the highest grossing film of all time for a while. And it became the definitive like nice aliens visiting people.
Isn't it fun when you're a director that can play yourself?
Oh, yeah.
He does that a lot.
But this is his first of like 4 or 5 alien movies, if we're counting Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I think...
Ah, shit. Yeah, you're right.
He goes on a run. Yeah, and we've already covered Disclosure Day on this podcast. We did a hot ticket on it a little while ago.
And we did War of the Worlds almost a year ago to the day that this is going out.
That's true.
This is July 3rd. Our War of the Worlds episode came out July 4th last year. So
yes, yeah.
This is we're kind of reclaiming the aliens.
Right, yeah. Aliens have been making a bit of a comeback in the 2020s.
Hey, Lamau.
There have been some things released that have put them in people's minds.
He gets it.
What the f***?
He gets it.
Anyway, we're putting this movie up against option number B today, Denis Villeneuve's Arrival. Davis, would you say this is the movie that kind of put Villeneuve on the map?
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve?
That might be a heated subject. How do you actually say that man's last name?
Okay.
Like Dreyfus or
You think
Dreyfus.
this is the one that put him on the map?
Well, it's a pretty indie movie.
Do you forget what he did right before Arrival?
I know he did Prisoners, right?
No, he did Sicario.
Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
Emily Blunt, dude.
Yeah.
He did these movies back to back. Yeah, Sicario definitely put him on the map, but Arrival put him in my heart.
Okay. Well, yeah, this is it's a big one of his. $47 million budget, so you don't just give that to nobody, but it made back like over 200 million, so it's a profitable movie. It is also known. It's 10 years old at this point. Came out, did a wide release November 11th, 2016. So this movie stars Amy Adams as Louise Banks. She is a linguist. She teaches at a university, and she gets recruited by the, what is it? Is it the military?
Yeah.
Basically.
You pretty much.
The deep state? No, it's the military. There you go.
They fetch her and they say, we need you to talk to aliens for us. And she's like, okay. So she starts talking to them. And they have a weird language. These pods have landed all over the United States. They're big ovular pods.
There's 12 of them around the world.
Around the world,
I think there's
yeah.
only one in the U.S.
I think there might be 2 in the U.S., right?
Well, maybe one of the territories, but not in the States.
I think, well...
You think there were 2 in the contiguous United States? Dude, come on.
Yeah, whatever.
One landed in Puerto Rico.
You missed the one in Guam.
I feel ganged up. So she gets recruited by Forrest Whitaker, who plays Colonel Weber. Jeremy Renner is there. He plays Ian Donnelly. They're all trying to figure out what these aliens want from Earth. So the linguist has to figure out, basically, are they here in peace or is there something sinister going on? And there's also sort of a high... like rising tensions happening at the same time across the world. There's a General Shang who's like about to, he's basically going to fire on the aliens if we don't figure out what's going to happen soon. So there's a ticking clock. And along the way, we're getting cuts back to Louise's daughter. Back to or forward to? Well, I guess we'll have to find out and watch the movie because you get the sense that there's something...
unraveling.
Yeah. God, I hate you.
So without further ado, this week we are doing Close Arrivals of the Third Kind. I'm going to kick it over to Tristan for our logline segment of this episode. Tristan, you have a line prepared that describes both of these movies?
I do. My logline is, quote, when aliens arrive on Earth, an ordinary person is chosen to bridge the gulf between 2 civilizations, leading to breakdowns in their personal lives and a higher calling.
Okay.
End quote.
Nice.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
Davis, you have something for us?
Oh, shit. Dude, what did I just say? Like,
yeah, you didn't write it down,
ago?
did you?
No, dude, I haven't written something down since like probably 2007.
I know it ends with enter the U.S. military.
Freestyle.
2 Americans try to find a sense of connection when contacted by outer species, and then find themselves in the deep Midwest to accomplish their goals. Insert the U.S. military.
That was great. It was so seamless when you said it 5 minutes ago.
Right? I thought I was having a stroke trying to remember that, man.
That was great. That was pretty much it. Yeah.
Sure.
I'll round us out. Okay. A protagonist is drawn to a mysterious alien ship where they meet a group of people experiencing the same inclination and realize that their future is determined by deciphering what these aliens have to say, all while the military interferes in their benevolent intentions.
Oh.
That was fine.
That's fine, Jeff.
Sorry I wrote it down. I couldn't just channel that.
Ah, man. That was pretty good.
All right.
Imagine if you always spoke as if you were reading something. Like that was just like your quirk. I'm just imagining
you're
that.
You're just an AI engine.
Yeah, it's not an accent. It's just the way my brain works.
Yeah, it's just the way you talk.
Monsieur Neri, please, one more question. N'avez-vous pas fait récemment une rencontre?
Have you recently had a close encounter?
Une rencontre plutôt inhabituelle?
A close encounter with something very unusual. Who are you people?
But now I'm not so sure I believe in beginnings and endings. There are days that define your story beyond your life. Like the day they arrived.
Wow, there's a lot of directions we could take this episode because obviously there's the alien arrival thing that's happening between the two of them, but there's also a lot of themes about fate, about family, and about communication. Why don't we start with the fate angle?
Okay.
Because Tristan, I think you had a lot to say about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we should start with like maybe breaking it down to the protagonists, right? Because I mean, Roy Neary is just like a blue collar worker. He's a lineman.
Yep. Star collegiate lineman. Nothing to do with electricity.
Amy Adams, Louise Banks, that's her
Louise
name?
Banks.
Yeah.
Louise Banks. She's a cunning linguist. Sorry, I just wanted to let that linger for a second.
Let it soak.
No one said anything.
Great term. I like it.
She's a cunning linguist. So
Oh,
there it is. There it is.
booty hole. Got it.
That would be if she was an anal linguist.
Oh, this is good.
Good material. So she's cunning, yeah.
So, I said they're like ordinary people. I mean ordinary in the sense that like they have no idea what is about to like be knocking on their door, basically.
Sure. One of them is pulled in from her regular place of work. The military shows up and they whisk her away on this adventure.
She has a professional obligation to communicate with aliens
The
on
other
behalf
one-
of the human race.
Yes. She's recruited. The other one starts seeing things. In
It's
his head.
basically random. Like he, I don't think he would have got those imprints if he wasn't on that road at that certain time when an
Yes.
alien craft went ahead.
Yeah. They flash the image. It's like a photograph.
But over the course of the film, I mean, he's the one who ends up going in the alien craft at the end. So it's like he became the most interesting person on the planet to these aliens just by virtue of his drive to get there, I think.
That's
right?
that's fair.
But there is like a chosen one thing, I think, kind of going on here a little bit, especially with Roy. But you also look at Amy Adams, who ends up becoming the most competent person on the planet because she actually is able to decipher the heptapod language. That's the name of the aliens in Arrival.
Yeah. She even says when they recruit her originally and she doesn't translate the audio recording they have of the aliens, she's like, are you going to that other guy at that other
Yes,
university?
yes.
Ask him this question, basically.
Yeah, the Sanskrit word for war.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Confusing for a desire for more camels.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but she ends up becoming sort of like a show. There's an element of fate that pops in because she understands the heptapod language. They do not think in linear time. And because she rewires her brain to understand this language, she begins to see her own future, which is that she's going to marry Jeremy Renner, who's in this movie. She's going to have a kid, and that kid is going to die of an incurable illness. So there is like a fatalism to her story as well. Sort of a chosen one angle, I think you could reasonably say.
Yeah. They're definitely selected by some sort of circumstance, but they are ordinary people.
It's a higher calling.
It's a higher calling, and it's like it factors into what the aliens represent as well, because Close Encounters is sort of a cipher for Spielberg's own experience. You get the sense like he saw his calling was film, and he was sort of, I think, maybe afraid to embrace it because it would rip him away from his family and all of the things that come with giving your life away to an art form. Because Roy, he's like making sculptures of Devil's Tower. He makes the ultimate sculpture. Some people, they're just drawing it. They're just painting it. Roy is an artist. He violates his neighbor's yard to use her trash can.
Yes. Yeah. He's like a crazy, he cuts himself on his craft. I mean, you're right. He's like makes the ultimate sculpture because the fact that he made a sculpture means that when he gets to Devil's Tower, he actually knows like all the little, cliffs and everything. He's like, you got to go around this way. There's a path over here. And they're like, oh, well, I was just been drawing it. I never imagined what the opposite face looked like.
He channeled his he gave himself to the vision. He could close his eyes and picture. He got the clearest idea of it. I mean, that's what a filmmaker tries, right? They have an idea in their head and they want to bring it to life. It's more direct in Close Encounters. Arrival is more about like, what does the rest of your life look like? Because Close Encounters ends sort of with a question mark. Roy embraces the unknown at the end. Whereas in Arrival, it's like the opposite. Like you embrace everything that is going to happen, knowing it beforehand, which is sort of an inverse between these two.
It's something we all have to do, right? We all know something bad's going to happen eventually. We're going to die. Someone else we love is going to die, but we keep on living, right?
Now, this is okay. Our esteemed guest here, Davis Rohrer, he is a filmmaker. He has a really special project coming out in a couple weeks, actually. It's not a film.
I was about to say, what? Oh.
Yes, Davis here is...
Plug your special project.
Oh, yeah,
Davis.
the special project that makes watching Arrival like 10 times more emotionally burdening. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I used to watch a ton of like Film Riot. They had a podcast and they talked about Arrival a lot. And they said, when you have a kid, watching this film is like so hard.
Yeah. So you're having...
Spoiler, the project's a baby. Like in literally like a week and a half. I actually thought Peyton was getting induced like the other night. We almost thought that.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
False alarm. But
Yeah. Well, you've been working on this project for a while, right?
yeah, it was about 9 months.
Just about.
We swapped a couple ADs on the 5th month. Couldn't find a DP, so I shot it myself. That's actually really funny the way I just said that.
That actually is really funny. There's a good
shot
joke
it
in there.
myself. That's gross.
And the DP thing was kind of...
What movies are you talking about?
But Davis, there's an element of like, and it's not just Arrival too, although Arrival is probably a lot more of that, like...
It more directly involved in the idea you're getting to, yeah.
Yes, yeah. But also Close Encounters. I mean, there's a scene where Julian Geiler, her child is taken from her. Like it's like biblical. I said this in our Disclosure Day episode, but it's like the way they shoot it is like the Passover, like the angel of death showing up at your door front, taking your child away. That scene is terrifying.
The big Cthulhu fire eye looking.
Yeah. It's eldritch. It's Lovecraftian. Which is,
Damn, you're taking my segment. Go on.
No, that's the best scene of the movie. And I am so curious to pick your brain about how you are watching these movies with this special project on the way.
Remember how I told you there's a spoiler? I was going to tell you guys, but we wait until we recorded to tell you.
Tell us.
What do you think the spoiler is? Today is the first time I ever watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This morning, legit.
Really?
Is the first time ever watched this movie.
Is that why you kept calling it Strange Encounters?
You're on.
Wow.
Then the only shot I ever knew existed in this film was the wide of Roy's truck underneath the beam of the UFO.
Oh, yeah.
Only thing I knew about this movie was that shot. It was Spielberg, and there's aliens. That is all I knew about this movie.
That's all you need.
And I did not watch this until 9 a.m. this morning. First time watching this movie. And going back, I guess, sticking with, because what are we talking about here? Destiny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm like the worst person to talk about Destiny because I think it's like the craziest concept in mankind is Destiny, but it does make sense in these films. As far as Arrival's concerned with the whole Destiny thing, I think this is so funny. This is a huge contradiction to something I'm going to say towards the end of this podcast. I'm a walking contradiction. Louise Banks learns her language, right?
Yes.
She sees what is ironically the name of the book that this movie is based off of, the story of her life in front of her at all times.
Okay.
In cyclical nature. A lot of people take that as you don't have a choice. To where I walk away from that movie in the sense of the conversation of Destiny that, sure, because she knows every moment of her life, because life is now cyclical, it's no longer on a linear path, she is living and seeing beyond the fourth dimension or whatever you want to say it. There's a specific line at the end of the movie that is the movie. I embrace it. She is very aware that she's going to have a kid and it's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But this life she lives, this story of her still only exists as an outcome of choice.
Yeah.
Because she lives in moments where, again, there's a time in her life she didn't know the language. Now, in theory, the movie would dictate that she always knew the language. But I walk out that movie still thinking that there is choice. That the only reason the circle exists is because it is a culmination of your choices that exist to create that quote unquote destiny. This could be a really, really heated debate because of the nature of how the language works. You already have to, like they explain in the movie, you have to know one sentence, the ending of one sentence with one hand and the beginning of the other.
And meet them in the middle. Yeah.
You have to know it, or else, well, I don't know. I guess the universe falls apart. Or the Great Heptapod War is lost to the Hindus or something. But I almost said Strange Encounters again. Where Close Freaking Encounters is different and a little more interesting in the Destiny department is because it leans heavily on what you were saying with the Lovecraft thing. When it comes to things beyond our understanding, my favorite person on this planet, or I'm pretty sure he's dead, right, is H.P. Lovecraft.
Uh-huh.
The Lovecraftian idea of encountering something beyond your human understanding is so cool to me.
I think a departure between these two movies is that Arrival kind of bends over backwards to explain as much as we need to know for the plot to work about these aliens, right? Close Encounters isn't really
like a soft bend. I wouldn't say bend over, like they're not, sprawling at the table saying take me. It's more of like a hey, come here.
Right. For the purposes of the script, there are things you need to understand about the aliens in order for it to work. Close Encounters isn't concerned with that. It's more they do represent something more, I would say, more Lovecraftian. Like they're more conceptual.
The second I saw the kidnap scene with that kid getting like swept by the giant red firelight, I'm like, man, I played Bloodborne. I know how this goes.
That's
like,
that's the best scene of the movie. Right there.
I agree visually, and like down to like Close Encounters is all about curiosity. It's all about finding connection beyond your baseline human life, which exactly runs in line with the reason Spielberg made it. You'd be amazed at how much research I did from 9 a.m. until this point. Because the whole movie is like this very broad depiction of the shit he had to deal with when his parents were going through a divorce, right?
Yeah.
And he as an artist trying to escape that.
The divorce that shaped film for decades.
The divorce that shaped film. And
Yeah.
it's so funny considering that because of the idea of children and destiny and the way he depicts that. And the crazy ending, in my opinion, he actually said on record that he made that movie before having a child, and after having a child, he would not have done that ending. He would have not gone on the ship.
Well, that's the thing about Close Encounters is Roy, he gives up his family. I mean, like that's the, and he finds another partner basically.
Yeah.
They're just brought together by a circumstance they're sharing, which honestly, I kind of feel it more between them than I do between Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner, just because.
Oh yeah.
Not really a Renner fan, but
you're not. Oh, dude, I blessed up for. Come on, justice for Renner. I'm so glad that man's alive.
well, I didn't want him to die in the accident or anything.
Did you have the Jeremy Renner app?
The Jeremy Renner? There's an app.
There was an app. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna find
You
it.
could just talk directly to Jeremy Renner, right?
Dude,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He may be one of those guys where it's like Jeremy Renner's always Jeremy Renner in all of his movies, but you know what? I like that.
Well,
I wake up every morning and drink a cup of coffee in the same way that Jeremy Renner wakes up and says, you know what? I know exactly who I'm going to be today. And it's Jeremy Renner.
it's drunk.
And I like it. Wait, what?
Yeah. No, I mean, all Jeremy Renner slander aside, I do buy the romance between Roy and
Yeah, it's definitely that
Jillian.
might lend more to the directing styles, though. I will say because of the way that Spielberg approaches the sense of wonderment. I mean, down to like her showing her, oh, look at my burn mark.
Well,
it's like you feel it.
Yeah, it's from the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's like, there is a romance attached to it ultimately, but really it's just that these people are drawn together. Like it is destiny. Like it can't be explained. That's just the way that it is.
So why do you think he has them kiss at the end? Because they kiss and then he just leaves. I mean, I guess to show that he's not sexless, but like he does go onto a starship full of androgynous beings and ascend into the heavens. And it's like, so what is he going to go something? Like,
Don't kiss those aliens, dude. Are you kidding me?
It's like, what is
this man doesn't
the aliens are, I mean, they're all like childlike little aliens.
Except for the one that's like their daycare sitter that comes out and he's like, look
Right.
at all my kids.
You know, that was
Yeah.
the big alien that's like really spindly. That was actually like a proof of concept that they just decided to include in the film, even though it doesn't look like the rest of the aliens.
I like it. I mean,
I like it, but it's not there after it walks out. So like I always thought that was a little like a weird continuity error.
what I get out of it is that Roy is basically like, he was not meant to live this normal mundane life that he has settled into.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, call it destiny, call it just the choices that you make, which I think is the departure that it takes from Arrival. It's more about choice. It's more about
The departure from Arrival.
Listen to 10 Top 10s because Tristan had a sequel proposition for Arrival called Departure.
Arrival 2.
The wordplay
Departure.
today is ridiculous.
But he's like, this is potentially the woman that he was meant to be with that he never was. And this is the purpose he was meant to serve that he could have missed if all these circumstances didn't match. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a little bit of that at play in Close Encounters, like the life, like anybody could look at movies. If you want to make a movie, you got to drop everything. And that's like a scene in The Fabelmans when he's talking to his uncle. He's like, you got to kill yourself for your art, basically.
Yeah. And Roy Neary suffers the entire film, Close Encounter. I mean, it's like kind of a self-imposed suffering, obviously.
Yeah.
But like he gets to the end, he gets taken onto a spacecraft full of, childlike beings. I mean, to me, that connotes like fecundity or like, you know,
What'd you just say?
fecundity, like an abundance of like creation at the end. Cause they're all a bunch, it's like his children. It's like his children. Like that's creation right
This
there.
guy
right?
is a cunning linguist.
Fecundity.
It's like like, you know, like a rabbit, you know, like a rabbit's very fertile, you know, fertile and yeah. There's like a fertility thing there. I feel like he gets on this giant egg. It's an ovum, right? Like he's the sperm, right?
Well, you want the egg, you get
there's
Arrival,
there's something very sexy about Close Encounters, right? Like he comes to Devil's Tower. It's a giant penis in the middle of the desert.
This is
like,
a far hornier episode than I thought it was going to be. I'm not gonna lie.
we started early with the cunning linguist thing, and it's just escalated.
The anal.
Well, okay. Look, okay.
She's analyzing them.
I remember when we used to come to places like this just to look at each other. Snuggle.
I forgot how good it felt to be held by you.
Let's talk about the way these films approach language, because this is the unspoken thing,
Okay,
right? This is
okay.
the thing that's there in Close Encounters. They are communicating with one another, but we don't know what they're saying, and they don't really either. It's very impressionistic. It's music. It's literally music. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
Arrival's the exact opposite. We need to figure out their language. It is very specific. I even got the idea that the language in Arrival is like the symbols, because they're kind of moving around in that like weird ink. Like, I don't know if it's exactly concrete. Like if the symbols are always the same for everything. Like, again, Arrival is explaining a lot, and Close Encounters is kind of like embracing not explaining
The unknowability
Yeah.
of the universe, basically. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Like, can you imagine? Because like my cursive looks different than your cursive, looks different than Davis's cursive.
That's true.
Dude, my cursive is disgusting.
And it's like, imagine like we show up to an alien planet and they're like, write a message for us, and we all write in cursive, but it all looks different. And it's like, imagine like you're
Show
talking
me
about
your signature.
You're talking about how different like the heptapod, you know, like grams or whatever. Like I don't know what they call them. They're like hieroglyphics, basically. It's
Yeah.
like they're all, yeah, you're right. They might all, that's kind of the thing about Arrival, where it's like, we don't even know if they have a language. We don't know if they have a purpose. They might just be here out of instinct. We don't know.
We have to figure it out too. Like that is
We
the
have
goal.
to figure it
We
out.
have to communicate.
Or else the government's going to blow them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which that kind of says that there is something there to be discovered. Like that is the fundamental of Arrival. There is a purpose behind the whole thing.
Yes.
And it's for us to know.
Even if you discover that the purpose is purposelessness, like even if it's just they're dumb animals that came here on big ships,
Like we got to know.
we have to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they look like, you know, the ships look like what? They look like seeds, right? They look like seeds. They call them the shell, but it looks like a seed.
Well, it looks like an oval, so it
It's
could
like a
be-
big seed.
Big old
yeah.
coffee bean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Looks like a big bean. The heptapods look like
Their hands.
their hands, right?
Yes, they're like sign language.
Well,
you know?
they want the reason they come to Earth, we find out, is that they want a helping hand from humanity in 3,000 years. They're like the Interstellar. Davis and I talked about this before recording.
Oh, yeah.
Where-
Them.
Yeah, them who send a wormhole to humans, and then they build the wormhole, a big library in the wormhole.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need you to save us in the
Looks sick,
future.
though.
It looks great.
Yeah,
It looks
don't
great.
let me go.
It's a
where-
time loop. It's a big time loop.
Yeah.
You know, like we saved you because you're going to save us in 3,000 years. It doesn't make sense logically, like linearly, but in the loop, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what the aliens are in Arrival. They're like, they represent that we all need to work together so that we can help ourselves help something else, right? Like greater purpose. The aliens in, you know, Close Encounters, there's the unknowability, there's the endless potential, which again, I think gets back to the whole like egg ship and the little children that surround Roy. Like there's the endless potential of all his creations later down the line. Whether you view that as a father or as an artist, you know, artists create the same way that mothers and fathers create children. And I feel like that's what I get out of these two films.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's potential in both of these things. Because like Jeff, you and I talked about like aliens always represent something, right? Like they're not just aliens. Unless, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a single film where the aliens are just like, they don't represent anything
Star
in the
Wars.
story. I guess in the story, they're supposed to represent like...
Man, the humans are just as much aliens in Star Wars as the aliens.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
they're
That's true.
buddies.
They're just weird. They're like,
Yeah.
Luke walks to the cantina and he just sees a bunch of weirdos and he's like, what the
My people.
You're supposed to like, it's like when you walk into a saloon and you just see a bunch of, cowboys spitting out tobacco.
You're
and
not
stuff.
from around
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's an exotic thing.
Crystal Skull might just be aliens for the sake of being aliens. Like, we just needed somebody who doesn't live here.
You're probably right, actually.
Tristan's a little bit of a Crystal Skull defender, but
Oh, that's not true.
Really?
Well,
Is that where we want to go?
no, we're not going there. We're not going there. We're not going there.
it's the 4th best Indiana Jones movie.
Okay.
Hot take.
Huh.
I've known Davis for a long time. I'm watching the beginning of Arrival for this episode.
Ah, shit.
I'm thinking to myself, this is such a Davis movie. Davis, why was I thinking that?
Oh, God. Did you see jump cuts with handheld and sad family tragedies?
Impressionistic
And the
storytelling.
color blue.
Yes, lots of blue. I mean, this is a kind of movie that motivates your filmmaking as well.
Yes, I can very confidently say that Arrival and Seven were the two distinct visual inspirations for my last short film I did, Trial 54.
Link in the description.
Link in the descripy. With that said, Arrival was actually more of a motivation also with the human interaction I like to take in movies, the pacing, because are we still on the Destiny topic?
I think that's just going to permeate the whole thing.
Sick.
Probably.
Okay. Because I think this is a cool place to speak from, where in the sense of like how the techniques of these movies are done can also lean into also the Destiny talk and pretty much every other conversation we're going to have both of these movies. Because I can sum up either film with a single word just to give a disparity to them. Arrival, empathy, close encounters, not strange, curiosity.
Yeah.
If I was just to give them one word each.
So you feel like one is more like emotionally driven, Arrival, versus one that's more like intellectually driven?
In the sense where like, because like, empathy, the understanding of other people, putting them in their shoes, right?
Yeah.
You follow a character throughout Arrival. And also this could be completely different from what started me on this thought plane, but let's chase it. Let's chase this rabbit.
Let's go.
We're following a movie of somebody who is like almost violently like, we need to just simply understand one another to get the job done. I mean, remember when they're on the plane, Jeremy Renner's like hitting you with like everything in math and what he wants to do. And she just says, how about we just try talking to them first?
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing as like if you went to go get coffee with somebody and you're having a bad time, but that person's trying to like unlock every single facet of your problems, but really you just wanted to talk to reach that deeper understanding, not feel like a book that can be read.
And she goes to accomplish like this emotional goal, like through rigorous academic. I mean, that is very intellectual to me. Like the process in the middle of Arrival versus Close Encounters, where they're trying to come towards like an understanding, an idea, a curiosity, but it's all through a feeling, like emotionally driven, which is interesting, right?
Yeah,
so it's like an inversion of each other.
It's still emotional too, because like obviously we're following Roy, who would like he does not give a shit about his little American life in this little world of his. I mean, how fast? I mean, like this might be the greatest example of went out for milk and never came back that is in cinema. This man saw a rock through a spinning pie pan in the sky and was like, I don't care about these dumbass kids. We're not watching Pinocchio anymore. I'm going to go find this rock with this sunburned chick, and we're going to go on the
We don't even know what we're going to do there.
It's time to go on a cosmic road trip with aliens. I do not give a shit about anything else.
The kids had their chance. They wanted to go to Goofy Golf. He wanted to watch Pinocchio.
You're going to make an excellent father, Davis.
I know, right? You kids stay here. I'm going to check on something.
No, it's interesting because like Roy and his wife, Ronnie, anytime they share a frame, they're like not looking each other in the eyes and stuff like that.
Dude, they're literally making out and he's like, where'd it go?
Yes.
Where'd it go?
Yes.
I like to make out with aliens instead.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
He definitely has sex with those aliens. I am going on record saying that, by the way. Comparing that to something like Arrival, it's less so much about the curiosity and more of the fact that we're following somebody who is a devastatingly ill workaholic, maybe wineaholic, not sure. It's alluded.
It is.
But she is also at the same time like Roy seeking understanding. Granted, she's seeking that understanding through work. Wait,
she is a little.
Roy kind of is too.
She's a little purposeless at the beginning. Same with Roy. I think
Yeah, like she doesn't know where her life is going a little bit.
her life we get less of a direct window into. And in the beginning of the movie, you kind of get the sense that she had a daughter who she lost, and you don't find out till later that she hasn't had her daughter yet. So she's more of a blank slate. She's not a blank slate. Her characterization is established.
Mm-hmm.
The way she's feeling is also externalized through the filmmaking. I like the way, what does a silhouette do in a scene? It takes, like if you can identify a character by their silhouette, you stop really focusing in on them and start focusing more on the surroundings. When she's walking through an artificial tunnel, going to meet with Forrest Whitaker, when she's going through the tunnel to meet with him, when she's in the helicopter and it shows up and the wind is blowing
Colonel
and
G.T.
everything.
Weber. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, Weber. Yeah. Like I feel this movie.
Yes.
I feel it in a similar way that I feel Close Encounters. The humid country back road where you can just feel the wet airs lingering and the thunder.
Is that
in the
what you're
background.
calling Spielberg's obsession with fog and smoke in every scene?
Well,
Is that what we're calling haze now? Humidity? You're funny.
Close
You're a funny
Encounters.
guy.
You can feel it. You can feel it in the sound design. You can feel it in the way that the shot is composed. Like it is a visual effects showcase in a way. It's actually more of a showcase than Arrival is.
It is. You know what? That's actually kind of the fucking point. You have a movie that's made in 77, right?
Uh-huh.
Film technology it's pretty low, man. Which is actually why I was shocked about how good Not Strange Encounters looked. It looked really good. And I think Spielberg wanted to take that idea of curiosity and adventure through the need to get something more out of your life and said, let's throw as many magic tricks as we can at this film to continue. Because like this is Spielberg we're talking about. This is Wonder the director. This man will find every camera trick and practical effect he can get his grubby little hands on to make his movies have that spectacle within the human condition. But Arrival, this is a movie made in 2016. The tricks were available in many different forms. And I believe that this is a movie that took the time to say, let's take a step back.
It is.
What if we didn't do a million tricks?
Yes.
The heptapods are really the most invasive VFX thing in the entire thing.
And a lot of the other stuff is just kind of basic camera manipulation.
Yes.
It's shared between these two movies, I think. I think it's cool, right?
I mean, we exist in like 2 set pieces in the entire film.
Yeah.
The camp where the pod is and the freaking house.
Right.
Everything else is like an insert or a flashback or like 2 seconds of China.
Right. Yeah.
That in of itself allows that exploration of what the movie's going for to happen. Because if Arrival had a bunch of crazy stuff going on, the point would not be made.
Yeah. You distract from it.
Yeah, which is an amazing point where you could say Spielberg could never make Arrival, Denis could never make Close Encounters.
Yes.
Of course, they probably could make similar movies, but they, just roll.
They made similar movies. Like these two movies.
Dune 2 was kind of a spectacle. Huh?
I was watching both of these movies, and there was a point during each where I thought, for the purposes of this podcast and choosing one at the end, that the one I was watching would blow the other one out of the water. Both of these movies, watching both of them, there was a point where I thought that in each respective movie.
Okay.
I put both of these movies on a very similar level. These movies, despite the fact that they are very different, they are playing with a lot of the same themes, and they're doing it through the same cipher, aliens, and our communication with them.
I was genuinely shocked in my 9 a.m. first time watch of this.
Yeah.
I didn't think these movies were going to be that comparable outside of the First Contact vibes, right?
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, and even down to the beep boop, color light communication scene, to the family stuff, to the kind of weird odyssey these characters go on. There is actually a creepy amount of similarities that you can pull from both of these movies. Shockingly good pick on both of your guys' parts.
Hey, Montana's only a state away from Wyoming.
There it is. The Midwest strikes again. Yeah. Or I guess that might just be the West. But
yeah, Tristan, I got a sense that you got something to say over there.
Well, you talked about like the set pieces in Arrival, and I was really struck by the parallels between Louise's house, because we open the shot with and I don't know the term for this, but it's the ceiling. And it comes down and it's her silhouetted against the window that's in her house that faces like a lake and everything, right? that exact sort of layout is paralleled by the heptapod chamber, which is this big open room, low black ceiling with a white screen at the end, right? I think we end the film also in that living room. And then in the middle of the film is the heptapod chamber.
Yes.
And to me, there's something very suggestive about when they're going to the chamber, right? They're in this tunnel. It's almost like Alien a little bit. Like it kind of has that, the derelict ship kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Which recalls a birth canal, but also like the light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
And if both these films, or if Arrival specifically is about beginnings and endings and loops and all that stuff, I think the idea of the light at the end of the tunnel being either your creation or your death, I think there's something kind of suggestive there. I think where it's kind of blurring the spaces, where it's like, okay, the heptapod chamber resembles her living room. It's all about just blurring time and space, which I don't know. I think that's a very interesting, like, formal technique that Villeneuve is employing in Arrival. I'm not as up to speed on the camera moves and all that stuff as you guys are.
I mean, look at the intent there. I mean, the idea that there's like a sense of symmetry in the composition. I mean, we're talking about a story that's literally saying everything happens at the same time. It's always happening in a circle that cannot be defined. The first shot in that house, I mean, you see the framing of the big window. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's dead center, panning with her. Well, not pan. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the techniques either sometimes. But you're 100% right in that regard, that the corridor in her house there are definitely trying to paint the same picture of like, where is everything going?
Yeah, but at the foreground, or I guess background of all of these sets is a big screen, right? It's something separating us from something we can't see or get close to. When Amy Adams, the beautiful Amy Adams, who I had a giant crush on as a kid,
because of the Night at the Museum Battle of the Smithsonian
exactly,
movie.
yes.
Not The Office.
just her playing Amelia Earhart in Night at the Museum. That was my childhood crush. Anyways, when Amy Adams actually sees the aliens that they've arrived for the first time, she's watching a television in her classroom. She opens up a panel kind of similar to the panel that's actually in the heptapod chamber and the window in her living room, and we see her from the TV's perspective.
Yeah.
So it's like she's watching us. And so for most of the film, she's separated by from the heptapods by this screen until eventually she goes into the ship via this little like cylinder, and then she's on the other side of it. And that's when she comes to understand, oh shit, like I'm seeing the future, and I'm understanding that the gift that you're giving me is the ability to see into the future because I understand your language. So she finally cracks that barrier, right? Because Arrival, like you're saying, it's all about empathy. It's about overcoming the barriers between
understanding
people.
Or the desire to understand over protecting yourself.
Something Jeff and we talked about in our Disclosure Day episode, the big scene that you keep coming back to, Jeff, and Davis, that you said you loved, where the child is getting abducted in that farmhouse, and he opens up the door and he's bathed in brilliant orange light, and that's a threshold, right? That's a screen. That's a entryway into something unknown. I think there's something there too. I mean, I think that's the most striking image in the entire film. And it ultimately comes to represent what the aliens are, either something that is to be feared, or to be awed at, or to be curious about, right? Which Spielberg is always balancing fear and wonder on a knife's edge. I think it's something that's another, I think, thematic kind of parallel. Once you cross over that threshold, you begin to understand. Now, we never actually see what's on the other side of the threshold in Close Encounters, right? Because the threshold then becomes the opening spaceship where the aliens come out, the people come out, and Roy Neary goes in, and we never see. It's like the one last thing that Spielberg doesn't let us see. He lets us see all the big ships.
Which I love that.
Oh, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't do that today, though.
But, well, actually what happened was the producers wanted Spielberg to shoot the interior of the mother ship. And so he did go back and do it. And I have seen it now. It's awful.
Oh, no.
It is terrible. Now, some people love it because some people grew up with it, and they're
It's
like,
like there's a sectional in like a Vizio TV.
I'm not even going to describe it to you because it would pale in comparison to what you're imagining in your head.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
No, and I wish I hadn't seen it now. but the fact that you never actually get to see what's on the other side of the screen, the barrier, the threshold, whatever you want to call it, in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, I think goes back to what you're talking about, Davis, about it being about curiosity. The ambiguity is kind of the point.
Yeah.
It's always going to drive you to do what you're doing.
We give you the paintbrush, not the painting. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Or like I might have said this in the last one. It's like the greatest thing I ever got taught as a filmmaker is the antithesis is what J.J. Abrams said. He says, don't give them 4, give them 2 + 2. I prefer this answer. 1 + 1 = 3.
Oh,
That's exactly what.
it's like Terry math.
Yeah, that's what Not Strange, Close Encounters of the Third Kind is. It is very much, we're literally going to give you the numbers to the equation to come to your own conclusion, but these numbers are just wrong.
It's like 42 from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's like, okay, I got the answer, but I don't even know what the question was in the first place. Yeah.
Where Arrival is definitely more of the 2 + 2 = 4. But they put the 4 in the beginning and then equals 2 + 2.
Yeah.
Right. You find out what equals 4.
Yeah, you find out what equals 4 and you're just like, oh man, I don't think I like 4 anymore. But yeah, I definitely hits that. Art is 1 + 1 = 3. We try to make a formula out of it, but at the end of the day, we're allowing an audience and ourselves as directors and creators to be like, what is the conclusion? What is the thing we're trying to say here?
I like that. Yeah. It's something we talk about a lot, Jeff. Like
I got some crazy shit I'm going to say at the end of this thing, but drive on.
it's something that we talk about a lot, Jeff, like a film being greater than the sum of its parts. I mean, here it's been literalized in the 1 + 1 = 3 thing. Yeah. It's like, where did that extra 1 come from? You can't really quantify it because it's just abstract.
And there's a lot of parts.
Because on paper, on paper, a film like Close Encounters of the Third Kind doesn't feel like it should work, right?
It really is just like, going from one thing to the next and not knowing where it's leading.
The characters are like very thinly sketched. The ending, like it is a very, Roy Neary's like a selfish character. He left his family to go on a spaceship.
Yeah.
And it is, Spielberg always indulges, right? We talked about Jaws, about how it's this fear of the unknown and of emasculation and all this stuff. And at the end of the film, he conquers that by just blowing up the shark, right? There's an indulgence there. And that's why he's a crowd pleaser. And it's the same in Close Encounters. But I love how selfish the indulgence is in Close Encounters. It's a film he says he'd never make today because he's a father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
it's funny. Roy Dreyfuss said, like, shame on you, Spielberg. That is the ending, no matter what you are. He's like, there's no world where he doesn't get on the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Ultimately, that's what Spielberg made. That's what he did. He pursued art. And I think this is a movie about him being afraid of it. Like artists... Yes. There is like a selfishness of giving yourself away to the thing.
He's scared of the obsessiveness that his art engendered in him, and he doesn't understand it. We don't understand it. He's ineffable. He's Spielberg.
And that's part of like, Davis, you're about to become a father, and you're going to give your life to this child. The thing that Roy is giving his life to is actually
money.
Everything, basically. That's what... Louise does in Arrival. She gives herself away to the sadness too. She knows it's going to happen. It's kind of like getting a dog. It's like it's going to die. It's
a certain level of acceptance of this idea that I'm obsessed with my dog. I get it. How do you come to the conclusion that I'm going to get this thing I'm definitely going to outlive? How do you give birth to a child that is going to die?
And obviously with a child too, it gains intelligence on the level of yourself too. And Jeremy Renner's character, like, he can't accept it. Like, you get the sense that's why he left her, is because he was you knew about this and you did it. Like,
which is crazy because he knows her powers. He knows the power of Louise Banks. He buys into it completely. That's why he puts himself in harm's way for her. Douchebag CI agent.
It's like people though who believe in God, right? And then they become angry with God and disillusioned with God, right? Like, I mean, I think there's
people who lose their faith.
They lose not even lose their faith. They're just angry, right?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I know it's true.
An atheist who's not actually an atheist, they're just mad at God for taking away something. I think there's something there.
I mean, I don't want to live in a world where, yes, you could say that Louise Banks is insane for knowing that if I have this child, she's going to get an incurable disease and die. But she embraces it knowing the love that is produced by that child. And I say that because Arrival is one of my favorite movies to tackle the idea of love in a way that doesn't make you want to go, ugh, because that's essentially what love is. It's despite the outcome, imagine a world without it. She may have only had what she's depicted as a teenager. She might have only had 15 years maybe with her daughter.
Yeah.
But imagine a world without those 15 years. And to quote a moment in God of War Ragnarok, a video game. Grief is simply the culmination of love.
What is grief if not love? Persevering.
What is shit if not fard persevering?
What is the shit if not? But it's like, and honestly, I would do the same thing. If I was about to have the kid I'm about to have, knowing that I would lose this child, I would still have it every single time.
And that's complex because I don't think that is very clearly not the universal decision. There are people who say they don't want to have children now because of the state of the world, not because they're afraid something's going to happen to their child or there will be a birth defect or they will outlive it. They just say like, I don't want to bring a child into this world. That is a common thing that I hear people my age say.
Cop out. Biggest cop out in all of life is that why would I bring a child into this world? There's so much bad stuff going on. Shut up. Like, come on. Like,
well, you could make the world better if you raise your child to help improve it. I mean, but again, it's complex. Parenthood is complex. Planning it is unpredictable. And I think that makes Louise interesting. Is it selfish?
Sure. It could be.
It's not Roy Neary selfish.
The innate desire to be a mother or, I don't have purpose in my life. Let's have a kid. Noah Wyle in The Pit would say, don't throw a drowning man a child. I don't know if you've seen The Pit, but you should watch that shit.
Is it selfish? That's a good question, Jeff.
Is it selfish?
I don't know. I think the act of creation, I think, is inherently selfish, right? It's an extension of yourself.
Well, what's the Bible verse? Love does not brag. Love is not selfish. You don't leave your family because you believe aliens are calling out to you.
I think that was Simon and Garfunkel.
But here's the thing. Once you commit to that ultimate act of selfishness, the rest of your life needs to be selfless, devoted to that child, right? 100%.
Like, guys, I'm a fucking filmmaker. You really think if I was trying to be selfish, I would have a baby? You know how much time that's going to take up? You know how much money that's going to cost?
You're going to have like a little Davis running around.
You know how many movies I could make if I wasn't having a baby, an infant child?
It's true.
I would still have this kid a million times over.
So Arrival then is about the creation and annihilation of a nuclear family, while Close Encounters is about just the annihilation and kind of brief creation of a nuclear family through Roy Neary.
Who it brings together. And
Jillian, and then her kid, who she gets back from the ship. There's like a brief kind of like, we're all united here in the shadow of Devil's Tower. And then he goes off and does his thing. And she understands. I mean, that's a big difference between Jillian and Terry Garr's character, where it's just like Ronnie. She's like, I understand. You got to go.
Get that alien milk.
Yeah.
Go get
Right. Like Ronnie doesn't even necessarily believe that there are aliens. She's like, I'm going to indulge this until it becomes a problem. And then when it becomes a problem, she's like, I got to get the kids out of here because you're scaring them. They're crying. That's what I remember the most about Close Encounters is the reactions that Spielberg inserts of the children, the oldest son in particular, who I think was played by Richard Dreyfuss's son. One of the children was.
I thought there was a little guy in it too.
Maybe.
He
looked like one of the kids from Jaws, like one of Brody's kids.
Oh, really?
Which it might be. No, actually, Jeff.
There were a couple Jaws people in that film I saw.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's the big one. Jeff, the kids thing and like the breakup of the family in Close Encounters, like that has always like made me so anxious. And it's something me and Josh talked about in the Blind Spot Signs episode. You got that scene where Mel Gibson is just like, eat your dinner and all this stuff. And he's like trying to force like a close family moment around the table. And he just breaks down and cries. You have that same moment actually originates in Close Encounters.
I think Signs owes a lot to Close Encounters personally, but yeah.
Because the one that you identified was the aliens breaking into the basement scene mirrors the
aliens getting in, like the Passover scene in Close Encounters.
Yeah, and for me it's the dinner table scene, the father breaking down at the dinner table. But where in Signs you have them all gather around Mel Gibson and I love you, Mel Gibson, and
I love you, Mel Gibson.
And the Jewish thing hasn't happened yet, Mel Gibson, and all that stuff.
Don't crucify me, Mel Gibson.
It's indulgent. Again, it's that indulgent storytelling you're talking about that Spielberg would do with like blowing up the shark and everything. But his cipher in this movie is like kind of like what he doesn't want to be, but he wants to be an artist. He doesn't want to be Roy. He doesn't want to.
But he is Roy.
He is Roy.
I think that's the contradiction at the heart of Close Encounters. And that's why I think it's one of Spielberg's most honest works. I think it's also frankly, his most experimental and abstract film.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. It lacks the structure that I think people expect from a Spielberg.
I think it surprises me that he made this after he made Jaws.
I know.
Yeah.
He had a lot
You
to
wanna know
lose
what-
at that point.
You know what's even crazier? He said, again, did a lot of research since 9 a.m. while also actively working. It's really funny, actually. He said he had no problem getting this film greenlit. Thanks to Jaws, of course.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
He could have done anything. You know what held him, though? What Columbia Pictures held him in shackles for? The title. Because
really?
he couldn't explain what the title really meant. But that was, of course, we all know that was during his peak era of Spielberg was like, oh, aliens are real. I believe in UFOs.
Right.
Big time. Yeah. The only hard part of getting that movie greenlit was that, which is shocking because I 100% agree. This is the most abstract Spielbergian film. It's clearly Spielberg from The Spectacle to Hayes being in every shot.
It's not 2001, but it's as close as he got to something like that. Yeah.
You could have, if you came in the middle of this movie, you could have confused it for a friggin', oh my God, the brain fog is so heavy. Who made that stupid 2001 Odyssey movie? Who made it?
Kubrick.
Oh my God, dude.
He even got Trumbull in from 2001.
Guys,
Yes.
let's talk about rapid eye movement for a second, because when you don't sleep well, the brain fog is so heavy. I tried to tell somebody who one of my favorite actors was 2 days ago. Couldn't remember the name.
It's
Ben Mendelsohn, but I could. But the name Ben and Mendelsohn would never enter my mind for an hour.
It's like Spielberg's in your head and hazing it up, right?
I was doing some reading about this idea that if you immerse yourself into a foreign language, that you can actually rewire your brain.
The Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. The theory that it's the theory that the language you speak determines how you think, and
Yeah, it affects how you see everything. I'm curious, are you dreaming in their language?
I know this sounds crazy, but ever since yesterday on the road, I've been seeing this shape. Shaving cream and pillows. Damn it, I know this. I know what this is. This means something.
All right, guys, we've reached the end of Hard Ticket. This has been a dense discussion, I think.
It's a lot to talk about.
And I'm scared. I feel like the little kid right now looking out at the orange light. I'm like, is this going to hurt me?
The kid actually wasn't scared. He was really happy about it.
All right.
I feel like I'm watching the kid at the threshold. I'm like, where's my kid going to go? I don't know. Because this is a tough ticket.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
I
hardest.
know you particularly were struggling with this one, and
Yes.
starting this recording, I was going back and forth too.
I didn't think. Oh man, I didn't realize it'd be a tough. I kind of thought you guys were spoken for with this one, but now I'm really interested.
That's funny, Davis, because obviously it wasn't tough for you. We all know where your hard ticket is going, so why don't you just say it?
No. I want you guys for, because you two, I just assume you like old shit more. I'll just say it. I just think you guys are a product of the foundations of cinema. I really think that. And this is Spielberg we're talking about here. We have so much to thank for him for what film is today. I thought you guys were shooing. I'm interested now. I need to hear your guys' ticket.
Well, Jeff.
Why? We always start with me, Davis, and that kind of pisses me off, actually. It's been pissing me off a lot this season because we've had
the end of the circle, huh?
All right, Davis, we'll start with you.
All right, fine. All right. My ticket is every day, rain or shine, gun to my head. No gun to my head. It's Arrival. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's Arrival every time. Arrival I might even pick over my other top 3 favorite films, depending on the mood.
Which are 7?
7's number 2, Children of Men's number 1. But you catch me on a certain day, I might pick it over Arrival. It is. And honestly, even my friends love this movie. It's the perfect balance of the sci-fi blockbuster meets a little bit of the thing that little cinephile needs to see to justify their alternateness. And it's just, I have so many other things to dive into the depth of that.
Why are you picking Arrival specifically? Why is this your 3rd favorite movie ever?
All right. The one answer I want to say for closing, because it's just like, I actually said this to myself in the car and almost brought me to tears almost, because it's like, oh, wow. I came to the realization of why I love the movie. Maybe I should just say it now. First of all, let's get the technical bullshit out the way. Obviously, this is a beautifully shot film. I think this is Bradford Young's finest work. I think this is Denis Villeneuve's most vulnerable work. Dune Part 2, incredible. We all know that. Sicario, what a fun spectacle of cartel warfare. This, though, is his most human, most grounded, empathetic thing he's ever made. And it's this and Dune 2 that actually solidified Denis as hands down my favorite director of all time. Hands down.
Yeah.
It was an argument for a little bit there. He is hands down my favorite director.
Who's neck and neck?
Living or dead.
Who was in contention?
I was actually a big David Fincher fan for a long time. He
Yeah.
was my number one. A lot of people assumed Christopher Nolan was my favorite. Fair.
Go back and
That
listen
is
to
fair.
Dunk Team 7.
Yeah, Tarantino can bite my ass. I mean, okay, obvious technical reasons there through that. I love the pacing. The movie is show, don't tell the movie. I mean, come on. Everybody has referenced the friggin' glow stick scene. We could have found a million different ways to be like, the gravity works differently here in this chamber as they approach the heptapods. They just threw a glow stick up and it's stuck on the ground.
And then Jeremy Renner says,
Yeah, that just happened.
All right. I can
sorry, I had to get
smell
that in
the
there.
hate.
I had to get that in there.
And they gave him the one movie's F-bomb. I love that. And like, it's stuff like that. It treats the audience with such respect,
Yeah.
but also it understands the human mind's patience by giving us a literal intermission of like, all right, kids, let's review. Which I didn't mind it, whatever. Sometimes we need some beep boops and graphics and Jeremy Renner doing a voiceover. Don't give me that look.
I'm not.
And then just consider everyone else's performance. There's just fantastic. Amy Adams. You know what? I watched the interview with Amy Adams and Denis talking about I've never seen two people more impressed with one another. Like how much they just trusted each other with that movie, the depiction of who Luis is. And this was coming off of a movie, she said, and I quote, debated not acting for a long time, but the Arrival script moved her too much to not continue. Also, and of course I could talk about Denis all day, but I think the biggest thing people need to walk away technically from this movie is it is a product of the filmmaking process in its truest form. Because this was a very different movie when Ted Chiang made the short story or the novel. This was a very different movie when Eric Hersher made the script. This was a very different movie when Denis Villeneuve shot the thing, and then it became a different movie when they edited the thing. This is a movie in which the baby was truly raised by the village because, fun fact, y'all ready for this? This is probably my favorite fun fact of this movie. Y'all aware that this is based off of a novel called The Story of You or The Story of Your Life?
Yeah.
Are you guys aware that the aliens aren't in it?
No, I didn't know that.
They're not in it.
That book is a Skype call. Hundreds of little mirrors appear across the planet for us to communicate with the heptapods or the aliens.
Interesting.
More
The biggest
screens.
change in the film that Eric Hersher brought to the table, what if they came to Earth?
Huh.
That made the entire movie feel original in Chasing Louise Banks' story. Second thing, the book depicts the death of her daughter in a rock climbing incident. And this is also a significantly bigger time change. So Louise Banks in the book is older. The book can get away with that because we don't see Louise, right?
Right.
So how do we change that death so that you don't know what age Louise Banks is in the beginning/ending of the movie? Incurable disease was hatched. She dies young.
The incurable disease aspect really is like, I think that just makes much more sense to me in the context.
And it sells the trick in a visual format. And then Denis, being so moved by the script, of course, brought his ability to just create this fantastic sense of dread. Nobody has created dread better than that man. You could argue David Fincher. You could argue a horror director in Hitchcock, of course. But the sense of that dread in the modern age of filmmaking, that man has nailed it. It's why there's such a patient pacing to even some of his biggest things. Dune Part 2 being that example. And then you have to consider how kind of simple it was to make this movie.
Yeah.
Watch the behind the scenes, man. I think there's only one scene that uses an actual film light, and it's to depict the screen.
You
in the
natural
heptapods.
light motherfucker.
Dude, Bradford Young he's a natural light god. Everything in the house, he said daylight. We didn't bring in a single light. Everything in the tent, the army tent, that's just hanging tubes. They just practically lit that entire place and then controlled it in whatever space they were in.
Davis actually insisted we record this episode using only natural light, but I turned the overheads on in the kitchen.
Yeah, and here we are with your hospital kitchen. No, I'm just kidding. But Yeah, I mean, it was just a big ass light going through a giant sheet of bleached muslin into that screen.
Yeah.
So actually, that's what Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner are acting in front of, is a big white light. They just had VFX come in and put the heptapods and the smoke in. But if you watch the behind the scenes, it's a big white light. Practical as hell. The most CGI you ever see is in the little army cutaways when we think the world's about to go to the brink. And of course, getting to the obvious, and also the scene where she's like asked, does she dream in the language? That was completely a last second call because they wanted to make a scene where they debated firing her because she was going crazy. But then the editor said, let me cook for a second. And it gave us that moment where the heptapod, who, by the way, that's supposed to be G.T. Weber, Forrest Whitaker, is in the room with her.
Wow.
Completely on the editor's choice just to give it that little break in the storyline there.
I didn't know so much of it was like pieced together like this.
Oh yeah, man. It was a real and like, but it's so cool just to see that process from the guy who wrote the book, from the dude who wrote the script, from the guy who shot the movie to the guy who finished the edit. The changes that went into it. Like it's the proof of the ensemble. And it's the same thing that I always say as a filmmaker is my best movies are never made by myself. I think Denis would agree.
Denis would agree.
But if you guys would allow me,
please.
The biggest thing here, and this might take me a second to get through because like it's a jumble of thoughts that like is the real reason of this movie. And it has to do with two things, the movie itself, but also a specific song in the beginning and the ending of the movie. It's called On the Nature of Daylight by Max Richter. There, I think, is a lot of people who go to watch movies and try to digest art because they think that there is something definite that they can unlock about it. Like, oh, they watch a movie to be like, where in the hero's journey does this exist? Oh, making very strong assumptions about this, this, and that, trying to walk away with a justification to everything the movie just had. And there is value in that. There absolutely is value. There's fun in that. There's an exploration to that. But a lot of people go into movies because they want to decipher it. Arrival was the movie that I very naturally had a moment. I felt it in my chest. Art is not here for us to decipher. Art is here to speak to us. When I watched Arrival and I heard that song, that is exactly was the feeling I felt just in my heart. There was that warmth that just felt there in the chest. This was not a movie that I felt the need to sit there and be like, oh, well, they did this because of this, and the screen direction brought us into this, and then the character moment and the pacing. No. This was simply a movie that needed to say something to me at the time. That needed to say something to the person next to me, the person in the front row, the person in the back, the person watching it on their iPad. And to say, here's a message I think I want to say as the director and the writer. I have something I want to speak to the world through my medium of art. And then I just simply go home and I have maybe an explanation, maybe an answer, but I have something new. And I've always told Peyton this. If I die before Peyton, the song that will play is Noah Kahan's Forever.
This is Davis's wife.
Yes. If I die after Peyton, On the Nature of Daylight will be the song that I am buried to, because that's a very simple song when you really listen to it. The Entropy Edition, by the way. And every time I listen to it, I feel these things inside of me start to unlock. I achieve this sense of exploration within myself and my understanding of the world in a way that feels natural, in the same way where I'm just talking to somebody. I'm just listening. Because that's what I wanted to start this whole thing with Arrival with, right? What if we just listened? What if we stopped trying to find a finite answer to every single little freaking thing in our world and just listened? We were just there. We exist and we move forward.
That's like the theme of Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
What?
the spoilers for that, but the last word in that movie is listen.
That's crazy. But yeah, man, that's what these things did to me. And now I approach all art like that. This is the reason why I can enjoy bad movies too, because I'll just listen. I'll just be like, what are you trying to tell me? I'm going to walk away. Thank you for that moment.
Let me ask you this, Davis. Every time you watch Arrival, because you've seen it a lot, do you get something completely different out of it, or do you get more or less the same feeling?
I get that same sensation every time.
Okay,
and
so
you know
it's
what?
consistent.
You know what's funny? My oldest brother Jordan hates the ending when it's like the montage of memories and stuff. He thinks it's so spoon-fed, and I'm like, that's the part that brings me to tears, because it's like, here's that acceptance, here's that embracement of everything that comes next, as if you never were to know it was going to happen. And it gets me every time, dude. The fact, and I actually kind of hate that they end on that almost regretful feeling hug with Jeremy Renner. I almost kind of hate that that's the last shot, because I almost love this idea that, like, man, she knows her kid's going to die.
Yeah.
And they're dancing with their wine. You want to make a baby.
Yeah.
And like, man.
What she say? I forgot how good it felt to be held by you.
Yes.
Isn't that?
I forgot how good it felt to be held by you.
That's my favorite line in the movie.
Damn, dude. It's like, it's incredible, man. And it's what that movie did for me is the biggest, that's why I love it so much, man. And it brought me that song again, which I didn't realize would also be in the freaking Shutter Island.
Yeah.
and Hamnet. Yeah.
And the wait, what?
You said Hamnet.
Oh, I thought you said Ant-Man. Well, you know, Max Richter composed Hamnet.
What scene in Ant-Man would that song show up?
Because I saw Hamnet and it started playing at the end, and I just fell to the floor. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah, that's.
Oh, and the greatest episode of The Last of Us.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But that version's called The Swimmer.
That's a great movie.
Man. That's Davis. I feel like you shared something very personal with us and our listeners, and that's another reason why I love having you on the show, is because I have worked with you on films before. I respect your vision. I love your films. Like and that comes from the films that you consume. And so I enjoy platforming that voice. And I think that's the most justification I've ever heard on this show for somebody choosing their hard ticket. So thank you for sharing that with
No,
us.
of course, man. I mean, that's why. And I want to embrace the same thing in my movies. I want to make a moment, and I want you to go home with it and have your moment. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
Jeff, you have the unenviable task of following up Davis's very emotionally resonant answer.
Talk about the space milk more.
So I said earlier that I put these films pretty close together in terms of like my personal, what I get out of them. I took like 4 times as many notes for Arrival than I did Close Encounters. Brother, I think I'm going to choose Close Encounters.
You son of a bitch. Oh, man, that hurt.
And you know what's interesting? And you talked about how contradictory you can be, because what you're saying about like art not having that meaning, being open. It's basically what Close Encounters is. That's kind of how it is. Like,
yes,
Roy, he doesn't know what's going to happen. He's been just plagued by this vision of he doesn't even know what, but it's what's driving him. I'm not. This isn't like a strong opinion I have. Like I could
feels a little mighty.
Close Encounters is so different from all other Spielberg movies. Yeah. We talked about it. It's his most impressionistic. It's his most loose and personal too. Like if this is Villeneuve's most personal movie, then this is Spielberg's as well. Like that's just
at least most vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Fabelmans, that's literally about Spielberg's
Well, that's
life.
cheating.
That's cheating. Yeah. I mean, a lot of similarities between Close Encounters and the Fabelmans. It's like they're not coded anymore. This is literally what happened in Spielberg's life. And I love the fact that his Cypher character is a prick and just leaves his face. That the first time I saw Close Encounters was in high school. Same with Arrival, I believe. And I know,
dude, you just aged the shit out of me.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Wow.
See that little white patch in your beard? It's not hiding.
Didn't get there on its own.
But I just remember watching it and being like, I thought this was going to be such a whimsical, fun movie, and Spielberg, like, he hits you with the shot of the children crying because their father is going nuts. He hits you with the angel of death stealing this woman's child, like abducting it with the fires of hell in the background. Man. That's some rapture shit right there. I'm really impressed by it. it doesn't necessarily cohere, but everything that it's like in the script doesn't beg cohesion. It's really just stringing itself along.
It doesn't need to be.
No. And Arrival is like the whole thing driving Arrival is that there is a language. We can learn it. There are answers for us to find. And that is interesting to me. I like the linguistics aspect of it. I like that, we can unlock those things in Arrival. It's so funny to me that that's the film that taught you not to look for answers.
Well, because that answer is not within their normalcy. In the same way where Roy wants an answer, he's got to go beyond his mortal coil, beyond his plane.
That's
Luis
true.
has to literally unlock a alien language to get to these points.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's like... it's hard. I mean, I'm not arguing because
I feel heavy.
These are great movies. They're both great movies. They're great. Hey,
that's a tough ticket, man. I know Dunkirk in freaking 1917.
That was close for me too.
I forgot the name of the one I picked. Seemed easier, but I mean,
this was really tough. This was a really tough one, and I don't envy Tristan because he can either take your side or he can take mine, and we win and you lose.
Will Pittsburgh burn tonight?
Oh,
Find out more in 5 seconds.
So, Jeff, you're the first tally for Spielberg Summer because our first matchup, everybody picked a Terrence Malick film.
Yes.
We did our Disclosure Day discussion and we were mixed on it. I think that's fair to say. I mean, we ultimately liked it, but we were critical of it.
It has a lot of issues.
And now you were the first win for Spielberg, unabashed win. Like, you can't deny it. God. I remember watching Arrival 7 years ago. I was with my cousin and my brother, and it was
7 years ago.
Well, I watched it 7 years ago on DVD.
The movie came out 10 years ago.
I saw it in theaters, Davis. And I was in college, if that dates you too.
Davis's head is in his hands right now.
Oh my God. Go on.
I watched the movie.
I remember 20 years ago when I first discovered Arrival.
I remember 4 years ago when I was born. I'm only 4 years old.
I think I was born when Doug was made. Tristan, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, it's okay. Tristan is stalling right now, is what he's doing.
Oh no, he's gonna hurt me.
I don't know. I just cried at the end, and I couldn't really. I was like, it's funny because I feel like I was so much younger then. Was that 7 years ago? I was like 21, 22, and just cried at the end, even though like I hadn't really lived much of a life to feel like empathy for Amy Adams' character.
Hey, that's the beauty of empathy. You don't need the experience. You just need the ability.
I guess it's like
sympathy requires experience.
I watched it at a time where I was kind of hurting, emotionally, and I knew that eventually I'd get over it, but then thered be another thing, and I'd hurt again, and which has happened in my life. Obviously, it happens to everybody, and I felt it's my favorite Denis Villeneuve film by far. It's probably in my top 50. I would say Arrival. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
Oh God.
But
say it.
Say
it, you coward.
I have to go with Close Encounters.
I just scared the hell out of your cat.
My cat just scampered out of the room.
Why do you have to do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the worst thing you get when you don't know.
I don't know. It's like just a feeling, I think. I think it's all the contradictions. For me, like what makes Close Encounters something I would rather watch in a theater. By the way, I have seen it in a theater, just like I've seen Arrival in a theater.
That's fun.
I don't have that bias going in.
Never saw Arrival in a theater, but go on.
For the 10-year anniversary this year.
It's like all the things that shouldn't work about Close Encounters are the things that I really love about it. It's the exaltation of a character who is very selfish. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that the characters are very thinly sketched and there's like hardly any like traditional emotional anchor in the film. It's the experimentalism. It's the abstraction. It's the we're going to be curious about an idea by way of sentiment, which I think is like playing to Spielberg's strengths.
Yes.
I feel like
that's what we said was best about Disclosure Day is
yes.
the emotional aspect of it and definitely not the script.
Definitely not the intellectual aspects of it.
I guess I need to see Disclosure Day.
Jeff, you took the Myers-Briggs personality test and you're a feeler. You're an F.
I am a feeler, yeah.
I have a feeling, Davis, that you're also a feeler.
I like to feel.
And I'm a thinker. I'm a T.
You said we're dumb.
You have emotions? Ewy.
But like, and I feel like Spielberg is definitely a feeler, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You can call him Steven Spielberg.
He's
if
a
you
feeler
want.
with money.
Steven Spielberg, there's that cunning linguist again.
He's a feeler, but like he still manages to like stimulate that curiosity in me through emotions, which is something I kind of have trouble connecting with. Like when I watched Arrival, like I was so confused as to why I was feeling the feelings I was feeling. I was like, why? Like like I said, I haven't lived that life.
You didn't feel attached to it. You didn't feel like you had the right to feel those feelings almost.
Almost. Yeah, that might be a good way to describe it. I know one day I'll probably have a kid, and then there'll be a click there. And maybe Arrival will take over Close Encounters because I'll look at Roy Neary's character. But then there's also a part of me that's like, I feel that selfishness of his character, and I like that it doesn't condemn him for it.
Mm-hmm.
And Amy Adams is selfish too. I think we talked about that. She decides to have her child, even though that child will die. Rebecca, I think Hannah.
Hannah. It's a palindrome.
There it is.
But I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to really put it into words what it is about Close Encounters. I think it is what is not being said. It's the cracks in this thing. Arrival is so formally perfect. You're right. That like whole scene where he throws the
yes, Arrival definitely does itch the filmmaker, like the desire to have a story, respect them. But there is, despite my disagreements with the opinion, yes, you could easily argue that Close Encounters has a deeper explorative mindset, a deeper curiosity, that more 1 + 1 = 3 type thing I was telling you about, but we never know what 3 is.
I think what it is, it's like you get to the end of Close Encounters and it's like this cavalcade of colorful ships and everything. And it looks amazing. It looks perfect. And then you have that tall, spindly alien come out and do its little thing. And then it's not there in the next shot. And it's like, where the f did it go? But like the fact that it's not there, it's just like no one, I don't know. Villeneuve would never do that.
Well, it's the same thing with the tone that is repeated. Also, incredible score to Close Encounters as well. It's John Williams doing something.
I mean, John Williams doeth no wrong.
Yeah. I particularly am fond of the score in this movie, but it's like the tone that is being repeated between the humans and the aliens. Like it doesn't. Like maybe it means something, but it's meaningless. Really, it's just the way that they kind of acknowledge one another. It's a feeling.
It's just that, it's just that we're meeting here on the same plane, and we're a mirror of each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love that. I love the imperfections of Close Encounters, and I think it elevates the film into something again that you feel, even though it is reaching for something more intellectual. In my opinion, the curiosity thing. So, Jeff, you and I are going to go see Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
We are.
Davis, you're going to watch Arrival for the 50th time.
51st.
51st time.
Oh,
First
boy.
time in the movie theater.
Maybe I'll watch Close Encounters for the second time tomorrow. I will see. Hey, I'll give credit where credit's due, man. I mean, hey, it's the summer of Spielberg, so allow me to give the man his flowers. Yeah. It's a great movie.
Davis,
Spielberg's a great director.
What is your favorite Spielberg movie? You told us, I think, off mic, but for all the listeners at home.
It's Schindler's List. You know what? I'm gonna reel it right back because it's a tie. Ironically, for Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
That was like the first big boy movie I ever watched.
Yeah.
I was 8 when I watched that movie.
Yeah, people got to stop showing
idea.
their kids that movie because that's what your dad did with you too, Tristan, I think.
Well, when your parents say don't watch the first 20 minutes, what are you going to do?
Rewind.
No, my dad was like, here, watch the first 20 minutes.
Shout out to Munich, honestly.
Yeah.
Love Munich. I mean, Spielberg was one of those guys that I think every filmmaker has a moment in their life where they want to be just a sheer contrarian and hate on somebody who's a legend. Spielberg was my unfortunate victim for a long time. And then I came to the weird realization where I'm like, oh man, this guy spits heat every time. Like, I guess I really just didn't like Tintin and Crystal Skull. I couldn't even tell you why I didn't like Tintin. I'm pretty sure I've never seen it. And I just like, I don't know. I just resist this urge. But like, you look at people like Christopher Nolan who have this great power to put people and presence in the same lens and make spectacle feel grounded. You see Denis Villeneuve, who is a guy who has mastered dread in that patience. You see somebody like in new movies today, like Backrooms or something, where there is a patience with the camera. There's an idea of movement and how the oneer doesn't have to be this weirdly jerked off spectacle. It can just be normal.
Yeah.
We have to credit that to Spielberg. I mean, whether or not you want to give it to Hitchcock or Chaplin or like anybody else in the past, I mean, Spielberg is the reason we have modern movies, period. For the same reason that people would say whether Tupac or Biggie's the best rapper, whether you like the man or not, you got to respect Spielberg. You have to.
Thank you for being on our show this week. Thank you for joining us for Spielberg Summer. You're going to be a dad? Are you ready?
No. Hey, no one's ready.
No one's ready.
Hey, my favorite filmmakers in the world are dads, so why can't I?
Right now, you're standing at the precipice, which is something Spielberg loves, is that precipice.
Dude, I say that word so much. My wife hates it.
I would love if you would plug some of your stuff, because you got a great YouTube channel where you talk about filmmaking. You've got films that we're linking in the description and everything. Where can people follow you and find your stuff?
If you want to follow me. I think I did a terrible job of this last time. All right. First and foremost, I have a company called The Six Shop, filmmaking company here in the great city of Pittsburgh and working all over the world. I think I'm log-lining my AI-generated bio. Six Shop Films on YouTube. The number 6, the word shop, and the word films. I say that because I have definitely been Googled as the Sex Shop Films before. Wow.
That's something else.
That YouTube channel has pretty much all of my professionally made films. It has all of my YouTube videos where I try to pretend I know what I'm talking about and teach people about filmmaking at the intermediate level. What I say? Intermediate? I don't know. Instagram is just Davis Rohrer. And hopefully come September, you will be seeing this now almost 3-year-long docu-series we've been working on about West Virginia football. A lot of great stuff in the making, man. But I do say all that to gloat to myself only because, like, I do genuinely think becoming a dad will be the highlight of my life. The 3 greatest things in my life will be in my household, and that is Peyton, Rhea, my dog, and my child. And they will all have to compete for number 1.
So, right, just like your top 3 movies. Depending on the time of day, they can go back and forth.
Hey, who knows? Maybe Peyton will poop herself, and then I like the baby more. Rhea's done it plenty, and I still love her.
Yeah, she's allowed.
Yeah, but hey, I am about to embark on the rest of my life and my filmmaking journey with my loved ones, and who could ask for better?
And we wish you luck, and we're happy to have you. We're always happy to have you. You're a busy guy, so thanks for being on the show. You can follow the show on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hard Ticket Pod, all lowercase, all one word. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Jeff Blogus, all lowercase, all one word. Tristan, where can people follow you?
Yeah, follow me on Letterboxd, Tristan Moore. You can follow me on Instagram at Tristan__less. Email the podcast, hardticketpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us how Davis did. You want Davis to be back. Also, email some congratulations to us, and we'll pass it on to Davis.
Yes.
And while you're here, rate us 5 stars on Spotify, subscribe, like, comment, do all the things.
Do all that this smash that
like button.
Thank you, Jared Tadlock, for designing our brand elements, keeping our podcast looking fresh.
Jared Tadlock did your branding elements?
Yeah,
That's sick.
he did the ticket and everything. We quoted his Disclosure Day review when we covered that.
Excellent.
1 star, Unk Slop. Had to get that in there one more time.
That's sick.
Thank you, Aaron Griffin, for mixing and mastering our theme song, sung by yours truly in a truly awful falsetto. Thank you, Dalton Carney, for composing our ancillary music, our bumper music. We love Dalton as well. Oh, God, what are we doing next week? A crossover with the podcast Adaptive Difficulty. They cover movies that have a source from something else, be it a book, video game, board game,
amusement park ride for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, they did do Pirates of the Caribbean, which is awesome. Yeah, we had a great crossover conversation with them, and we were talking about I, Tonya in conversation with Ice Princess. So you don't want to miss that one. It was a lot of fun.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hard ticket, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah, well, I thought so, but you never know. Until then, guys, we will see you at the movies.
If you do 7 or Children of Men, you better call me.
Hey, you have a family to take care of, Roy.
I'm getting that space milk.
Space milk.
It's a hard